What if the most powerful medicine wasn't in a pill, but sitting quietly in your kitchen? Not expensive, not complicated, and definitely not new. For thousands of years, entire civilizations built their health on something modern life almost forgot: fermented foods, foods that are alive, loaded with billions of beneficial bacteria, enzymes, and compounds that science is only now beginning to understand. And here's the truth most people miss: your gut isn't just about digestion, it's your immune system, your metabolism, your brain, even your mood. Fix your gut, and you start fixing everything else. Today, we're exploring 20 powerful fermented foods, from the familiar to the surprising, and by the end, you'll see why these foods were once considered medicine. Let's start simple. Number one, sauerkraut. Just cabbage and salt. That's it. But when left to ferment, something incredible happens. Beneficial bacteria multiply into the billions. The result? A food that supports your immune system, reduces gut inflammation, and improves digestion. But here's the catch: if it's sitting on a shelf unrefrigerated, it's not alive. And if it's not alive, it's not doing much for you. Number two, kimchi. Think of it as sauerkraut's more powerful cousin. It combines fermented vegetables with garlic, ginger, and chili, which means you're getting probiotics, plus anti-inflammatory compounds, plus metabolism-boosting nutrients. It doesn't just feed your gut, it fuels it. Number three, kefir. This one is on another level. While yogurt might have a few strains of bacteria, kefir can contain up to 60. And unlike many probiotics, these actually stay in your gut. People who drink kefir regularly often report better digestion, less bloating, and even improved mood, because your gut talks directly to your brain. Now let's talk about foods you can easily add every day. Number four, kombucha, a fermented tea that supports your body's natural detox systems. It contains organic acids that help your liver process toxins, but be careful. Many store versions are loaded with sugar or pasteurized. Look for raw, low sugar, and alive. Number five, traditional yogurt, not the sugary dessert in plastic cups. Real yogurt is full fat, fermented long enough, and packed with live cultures. It helps restore gut bacteria, especially after antibiotics, and supports your immune system daily. Number six, miso, a fermented soybean paste used for centuries in Japan. It's rich in enzymes, amino acids, and beneficial compounds. But here's something important: never boil it. Heat destroys the very things that make it powerful. Now we go deeper. These are foods most people overlook. Number seven, raw aged cheese. Yes, cheese, but not the processed kind. Real aged cheese contains beneficial bacteria and vitamin K2, which helps move calcium into your bones and away from your arteries. Number eight, sourdough bread. True sourdough is fermented for up to 48 hours. This process breaks down gluten, reduces blood sugar spikes, and improves mineral absorption. It's not just bread, it's transformed food. Number nine, beet kvass, a fermented drink made from beets. It supports blood flow, liver function, and energy levels. It may not taste amazing at first, but your body will notice the difference.
Now, let's go deeper, because not all healthy foods are the same. Some foods simply provide nutrients, but others do something far more powerful. They transform inside your body. They support your immune system, balance your metabolism, and help your body defend itself on a deeper level. These are what we call healing foods, not because they act like drugs, but because they create the conditions for your body to heal itself. And the next three are some of the most underrated. Number 10, fermented garlic and honey. At first, this sounds almost too simple. Garlic and honey, two ingredients that exist in almost every kitchen. But when you combine them and give them time, they begin to change. The fermentation process starts slowly, almost invisibly. Natural enzymes activate, beneficial compounds evolve, and something new is created. Not just garlic, not just honey, but a synergistic mixture that is far more powerful than either one alone. Garlic is already known for its strong natural compounds, but in its raw form, it can be harsh, difficult to digest. Fermentation softens it. It makes those compounds easier for your body to absorb, more effective, more accessible. And honey? It does more than add sweetness. It acts as a natural preservative, a carrier, helping deliver those compounds deeper into your system. Together, they create a kind of natural shield, supporting your immune system, helping your body respond faster to threats, fighting off unwanted bacteria, reducing internal stress, and over time, supporting your heart by helping regulate blood pressure. It's not instant, but it's consistent, and that's where the power lies.
Number 11. Apple cider vinegar with the mother. Now let's move to something even simpler. Apple cider vinegar. You've probably seen it before, maybe even used it, but most people miss the most important detail. The words, with the mother. That cloudy substance inside the bottle is not a flaw. It's the source of its power. It contains beneficial bacteria, enzymes, and natural acids that work together inside your body. Now here's where things get interesting. When you take just 1 tablespoon before a meal, something subtle happens. Your digestion slows down, just enough. Not in a harmful way, but in a controlled way. So instead of carbohydrates being broken down instantly, they are processed more gradually, which means glucose enters your bloodstream, slowly, not all at once. And that changes everything, because instead of a spike, you get stability. Instead of a crash, you get sustained energy. And instead of constant cravings, you feel in control. It's a small shift, but it affects your entire day. Plus number 12, fermented hot sauce. Now this one catches people off guard, because when they think of hot sauce, they think of heat, spice, intensity. But fermented hot sauce is something very different, because behind that heat, there's a living system. Fermentation introduces beneficial bacteria, natural probiotics that support your gut, and your gut is one of the most important systems in your body. It influences digestion, immunity, hormones, even your mood. So when your gut is supported, everything else begins to improve. But that's not all. The compounds found in chili peppers have a mild thermogenic effect, meaning they can slightly increase how much energy your body burns. Not dramatically, but consistently. And over time, that matters. So with one simple addition to your meals, you're supporting your digestion, your gut microbiome, and your metabolism, all at once. And this is the pattern you should start to notice. The most powerful foods are not extreme. They are not complicated. They are not new. They are traditional, used for generations, understood through experience, and now backed by science. Because healing doesn't come from one big action. It comes from small, intentional choices made every single day. And when you stack these habits together, something powerful begins to happen. Your body shifts from reacting to defending, from surviving to thriving. And this is how real health is built, layer by layer, day by day, choice by choice.
And finally, we arrive at a different level. Not just healthy foods, not just supportive habits, but something deeper. Next-level foods. The kind that may seem unfamiliar, even uncomfortable at first, but carry a level of benefit that most people never experience. These are not trends. They are traditions, used for generations, trusted long before modern science existed, and only now we're beginning to understand why they work. Number 13, natto. Let's start with one of the most unique foods in the world. Natto, a traditional Japanese dish made from fermented soybeans. At first encounter, it can be surprising. The smell is strong, the texture is sticky, the flavor unusual. For many people, it's something they hesitate to try. But beyond that first impression, there's something remarkable happening, because natto contains a powerful natural enzyme, nattokinase. And this enzyme plays a critical role in your cardiovascular system. It helps break down fibrin, a protein involved in blood clot formation, which means it supports smoother blood flow, less thickening, less blockage, more efficient circulation. And this matters more than most people realize, because many serious health issues don't appear suddenly. They build slowly, silently, over time, inside your arteries, inside your blood vessels. And by the time symptoms show up, the process is already advanced. Supporting your circulation daily is one of the most powerful forms of prevention. And this is where natto stands out. It's not a quick fix, it's a long-term ally. There's a reason it has been part of traditional diets in one of the longest living populations in the world. Not because it's easy to eat, but because it works. And sometimes, the most powerful things require a little adaptation.
Number 14. Fermented fruits and herbal tonics. Now, let's go even deeper. Back in time. Before modern medicine. Before laboratories. Before pharmaceutical solutions. There were fermented fruits and herbal tonics. Simple ingredients. Prepared slowly, with intention. Fruits. Herbs. Water. Time. That's all it took. But something incredible happened during that process. Fermentation began to transform them. Sugars were broken down. Compounds evolved. New beneficial elements were created. The result? A liquid rich in natural antioxidants, bioavailable nutrients, and supportive compounds that the body could absorb easily. Not forced, not synthetic, but aligned with your biology. These tonics were never about speed. They were about consistency. Small amounts, taken regularly, to support the body over time. And modern research is now catching up, showing that fermentation can increase antioxidant capacity, improve nutrient absorption, support gut health. The same principles that traditional cultures understood intuitively. Because they weren't just eating food, they were preparing it in a way that unlocked its full potential. And that's the lesson here. It's not just what you eat, it's how it's prepared, how it's combined, how consistently it's used. Because transformation creates power. And when you zoom out and look at everything you've learned, a pattern becomes clear. Health is not built from one single change. It's built from layers. Daily habits, healing foods, ancient practices, all working together, supporting your body from every angle. And the most powerful part? None of this is out of reach. These are not rare solutions. They are simple, accessible, timeless, waiting to be used. Because in the end, true health isn't something you find, it's something you build. One habit, one choice, one day at a time.
Here's the big idea. None of these foods are new. They're not trends, they're not discoveries. They're ancient, used for generations, long before modern health problems became common. But somewhere along the way, we replaced them with processed foods, refined ingredients, and lifeless alternatives. Food that looks the same, but behaves very differently inside your body. And slowly, without realizing it, our health paid the price. More fatigue, more cravings, more imbalance. Not because our bodies changed, but because our habits did. And here's the good news. You don't need to do everything at once. You don't need to eat all 20 foods. You don't need a perfect diet. Because real change doesn't come from extremes. It comes from starting small. Add one habit, then another. Let it become part of your routine. Because when you change your gut, you change everything. Your digestion, your energy, your immunity, even how you feel every day. And that's where real transformation begins. Not with a drastic change, but with a simple decision, repeated daily. If you found this helpful, Subscribe for more videos like this. And I want to hear from you. Thou, in the comments. Which one are you going to try first? Because your answer might inspire someone else to take the first step. And sometimes that's all it takes to change a life.